So I thought I should pick up one of my favorite books, which is Ikigai. I'm sure you all must have heard about it, read about it. Very, very famous book. All right. So Ikigai, it's a Japanese word which literally translates into the reason to wake up in the morning, purpose to wake up in the morning. And typically, Ikigai is considered wrongly considered as a world-changing purpose. No, that need not be a big idea. It could be as simple as helping your mother in cooking to today could be your Ikigai. It's that simple. Okay, so we should always have some reason for the day. If you don't wake up with a clear reason, purpose for the day, no matter big or small, then what's the difference between me and a stray dog? Yeah. And that was a big, tight slap on my face that is so true. That if I don't begin a day with a clear purpose, then I'm as good as an animal who wakes up without any purpose, does the same job of hunting for food, and पूंछ हिलाता है, भौंकता है, और फिर सो जाता है, right? Uh, so, and hence the book Ikigai. Uh, the famous pie chart from the book, very, very famous. I'm sure you must have all gone through it. So I'll just revise it quickly. So it's on the back of the book. Okay, this is the front page. Ikigai, the Japanese secret to a long and happy life. Yeah, the authors' names are very, very confusing. I am never able to pronounce them, so I'm not even trying to. So this is the back side of the book. Okay, and if you see there is a pie chart, I'll just explain you how it goes. So, what you are good at? Okay, say I'm good at reading. You could be good at dancing or playing guitar or fitness. So one thing, the first piece of the pie chart is what you are good at. Okay, and the second circle, which merges with the first circle, is do you love what you are good at? So first is what you are good at, and the second is do you love it? Yeah. For example, in my case, I I love reading. Actually, because I love reading, I am good at reading. It's rarely the other way around that you are naturally good at something and hence you love it. No, it's usually the other way around that you love doing something and therefore, because you love to do it, you end up doing it 24 by 7, think about it, drink about it, sleep with it, and automatically you become great at it. Right? So, first, what you are good at. Second, what you love doing that? When both the circles merge, उन दोनों का जो मिलन होता है, that's called passion. That's called passion. Because if you only love, but you're not good at it, then it's a hobby. Right? It's not a passion, it's a hobby. So one, you are good at it and you love to do it. उन दोनों का जो merger है, collaboration है, is passion. Now let's take an example where a person is good at it, but he doesn't love to do it. मेरा एक दोस्त है, he works in ICICI Bank. He knows all the banking regulations, everything, operations of the banking. He's in banking sector for last 10 years and he's great at it. So he's a very good banker. But there is a big, big but. Every Monday, he goes to office with a miserable smile, miserable face. So and complains, whines every Monday. जाने का नहीं मन नहीं करता है रे अमृत. So he doesn't love it, but he is great at it. That's not passion. Okay, that's not passion. That's actually a compromise. Okay. So we understood what is passion. Now the third circle. So अभी मैंने ये वाला और ये वाला बताया आपको. ठीक है? Okay, I'll get it closer. So what you are good at it and what you love to do. इन दोनों का जो common area है, that is called passion. The third circle is what the world needs. What you love to do and what you are great at it, does the world need it? Right? For example, stamp collection. Stamp collection, really the world needs it? If the answer is no, then it's just a hobby. you have to keep it to yourself. But if the world needs it and you love to do it, so these two circles जब एक साथ आते हैं, that becomes a mission. All right. So ये top circle और left hand side का circle जो मिलन है, is called mission. All right. In my case, I love reading and the world needs it. Yes, I found that there is a need where people buy books but don't read. Reading is never a top priority, and I chip in to help you to keep books alive in your daily routine, to cultivate reading habit in you. So the world needs it. I hope you need me, right? Or it's a self-proclaimed statement. Okay, so what I love and what the world needs in दोनों का merger is a mission, and I'm on mission make India read, unsurprisingly. Then comes the fourth circle, is सबसे नीचे वाला, what you can be paid for. Very important. For survival, you need money, and so what you can be paid for. Is the world ready to open up their pockets for you? Passion, mission, सब ठीक है. So when what the world needs and whether the world is ready to pay, in दोनों का circles का जो merger है, is called vocation. This is called vocation. For example, vocation word usually लोगों को पता नहीं रहता है, profession पता रहता है. Vocation मतलब एक crude example देता हूँ, रिक्शा वाला, ऑटो रिक्शा वाला. The world needs auto rickshaw service? Yes. Are you ready to pay for it? Yes. It becomes a vocation. Simple. Okay. But if you ask me, वैसे तो CA, engineer, dentist, surgeon, architect, इनका भी the world needs these services? Yes. Are you ready to pay for it? Yes. तो क्या वो भी vocation है? तो yes, but it is more something more than vocation. So ये जो पहला वाला सर्कल हमने ड्रॉ किया था, दैट यू आर ग्रेट एट इट, और फिर फोर्थ वाला सर्कल सबसे नीचे वाला जो हमने अभी बात की, द वर्ल्ड इज रेडी टू पे फॉर इट, उन दोनों का मिलन इज कॉल्ड प्रोफेशन. एंड वेरी फ्यू पीपल अंडरस्टैंड द डिफरेंस बिटवीन वोकेशन एंड प्रोफेशन. सी एन ऑटो रिक्शा वाला, even if he gets better at driving auto rickshaw, you're not going to pay any premium for him for it. अरे भैया, अपने थाना स्टेशन से घोड़बंदर तक बहुत अच्छा चलाया गाड़ी, बहुत अच्छा रिक्शा चलाया, एक बार भी स्पीड ब्रेकर से वो गाड़ी उड़ाया नहीं, तो इंस्टेड ऑफ 50 रुपीज आई एम गिविंग 100 रुपीज, मीटर से ज्यादा दे रहा हूँ. ऐसा कभी करते हैं हम? वी नेवर डू दैट, राइट? वी नेवर पे प्रीमियम फॉर वोकेशन, बट we pay huge premium for chartered accountants, eye surgeons, architects. Why? Because of their specialized personal skills. They are great at it, and people are ready to pay whatever they charge. Is called profession. So that's the difference between profession and vocation. Okay, so every profession is a vocation, but every vocation need not be a profession. So ये clear हो गया कि हमने passion, mission, वोकेशन और प्रोफेशन, ये जो चारों सर्कल का जो एक जहां दो सर्कल का मिलन है, हमने वो चार चीजें आइडेंटिफाई की. आई रिपीट, पैशन, मिशन, वोकेशन एंड प्रोफेशन. और जब ये चारों सर्कल का सबसे कॉमन एरिया बीच में होता है, दैट इज नथिंग बट द पर्पस ऑफ योर लाइफ, द इकिगाई ऑफ योर लाइफ, द व्हाई ऑफ योर लाइफ, द बिगेस्ट रीजन टू वेक अप इन द मॉर्निंग एवरी डे. Okay, I'll just summarize taking my example. As I said, do I love reading? Yes, I do. Am I great at it? Yes, I read a little better than most of my friends. Yeah, I can read one book a day at a very high speed. Okay, my reading style is quite different. Third, does the world need it? So yes, the world needs Booklet guy. And fourth, am I paid for? So yes, I have written a book on 7 habits of highly effective readers. You guys have paid, bought it. Yeah, you donate for Mission Make India Read. So although it is not a payment, it's a donation, but it's a cash inflow to cover the costs. Although the Booklet app is completely free, there are costs to cover, and you guys are all helping me wholeheartedly in some or the other way to run the show. And so I have found the purpose of my life, the Ikigai of my life, which is to cultivate the reading habit amongst the youth of India. Mission Make India Read. That's the why of my life. And as Simon Sinek says, why? Start with why. Always. But what happens is, many times we know the why, but we don't talk about it very often. वो ना मिशन विजन स्टेटमेंट कहीं पे कैटलॉग पे लिखा रहता है, पढ़ा रहता है, ऑफिस में दीवारों पे लिखा रहता है. We don't refer to it again and again. Whereas every day it should be part of your vocabulary. How many times you have heard me saying, I'm on a mission to cultivate reading habit. I'm on mission make India read. I stand for reading habit, not for booklet app. Why I say that? Because reading habit is my why. And how do I do that? By reading for India, by summarizing the books for you. And what is the what which proves my why, which is the tangible proof of my why? Booklet app, my book, 7 Habits. Yeah. My talks, my travel, the Zoom session. What's can be multiple, but why can't be more than one. What's can change over time. Why should never change. The Ikigai never change. And there is no and in your Ikigai. There cannot be an and. Okay. कि मुझे I want to make India read and I also want to work on climate change. No, एक लाइफ में इतना नहीं होना चाहिए आइडियली. People may argue on this, but there shouldn't be any and. Okay, it's a different discussion altogether. So I hope you are very clear about whatever I discussed. Riti, am I boring so much? You're yawning. Okay, I assume that there is some other reason other than me.
Yeah, I had a hectic day. I'm really sorry.
No, never mind. It's okay. So I hope you understood the pie chart. Okay, you just Google it and you'll get a better picture. Back page पे जो लिखा है इससे अच्छा आपको Google पे मिलेगा. And I also have a very good, I got a very good response on this video. It's there on YouTube. If you search Amrut Deshmukh Purpose of Life, you will get the video in detail. Okay. So anybody wants to share their Ikigai? Who has found their Ikigai and they can mention it in clear words, the way I have mentioned very clearly. It should be very specific. Don't say, I want to change the world. No, it's a very vague, ambiguous statement. What do you want to change? How are you going to contribute? Okay, it should be very, very specific. Anybody wants to share your Ikigai? I hope you understood the meaning of Ikigai. Rinku Verma, you can unmute yourself. I hope you have raised your hand for the question that I've asked. I want to make India scam free. Who is saying this? Sarvesh. Okay, Sarvesh, can you just say it out? What do you mean by scam free? That sounds very interesting. Okay, Sarvesh I think he's okay with writing or not able to speak.
हेलो.
Yeah, who is this?
हाँ, सर्विस. मैं सर्विस से बोल रहा हूँ.
Yeah, सर्वेश.
एंड मैं यहाँ पे बोलूंगा ना, सबको मजाक ही लगेगा. मेरे पेरेंट्स को भी मजाक लगता है. मैं हमेशा इसके बारे में डिस्कस करता हूँ. मैंने लिखा ना, आई वांट टू मेक इंडिया स्कैम फ्री. अब देखो, मोदी जी ने तो डिजिटल कर दिया, डिजिटल इंडिया कर दिया, लेकिन लोगों के साथ जो स्कैम हो रहा है, जैसे ओटीपी चला गया या फिर वेबसाइट में उनको लगा कि बैंक की वेबसाइट है और उसमें उन्होंने ओटीपी डाल दिया, पूरा बैंक उनका खाली हो गया. ठीक है, ऐसा हो रहा है.
Yes, correct.
तो अब इसको बचाया कैसे जाए. और सिर्फ यहाँ तक नहीं हो रहा, मेरे साथ खुद भी स्कैम हुआ है, तब मैं इसकी इंटेंसिटी फील कर पा रहा हूँ. जैसे कि मेरे पापा का फोन गुम हो गया था, मतलब ट्रेन से उनका जंप हुआ और फोन जो है कहीं गिर गया. तो मैंने OLX पे देखा और मैंने कॉल किया उनको, और वहां से मैंने एक फोन ऑर्डर करने का सोचा. उन्होंने क्या किया, उन्होंने बताया कि मैं इंडियन आर्मी से हूँ, मैं यहाँ से हूँ, मैं वहां से हूँ. तो मेरी तो नीड भी थी और मुझे चाहिए भी था, मतलब सब कुछ एक साथ हो गया. अब मुझे कम प्राइस में भी चाहिए था. मैंने उनको कॉल किया, उन्होंने मुझे विश्वास दिला दिया कि मैं तो इंडियन आर्मी से हूँ, मेरे पास तो बहुत पैसा है, इस टाइप का कुछ. अब मेरे पास आईफोन है तो मैं ये फोन बेच रहा हूँ, 19,000 का फोन. तो कहीं ना कहीं मेरे अंदर का ग्रीड भी था, जिस ग्रीड की वजह से मैंने सोचा कि यार 19,000 का फोन मिल रहा है, मुझे तो लेना चाहिए, इतना सस्ते रेट में मिल रहा है. तो उन्होंने क्या बोला कि अगर आपको लगता है ना ये स्कैम है, मैंने उनसे पूछा कहीं स्कैम तो नहीं है. तो उन्होंने बोला कि अगर आपको स्कैम लगता है ना तो आप फोन वापस कर देना, मैं आपको कैश ऑन डिलीवरी दे रहा हूँ, लेकिन उस कैश ऑन डिलीवरी के लिए आपको 500 रुपये पेमेंट करना होगा ताकि मैं आपको भिजवा सकूं. तो फिर कॉल हुआ और उसके बाद पता चला कि वो 500 की जगह बीच में चेंज कर दिए उन्होंने जो कहा था, और बोले कि अरे इसमें तो कुछ वेरिफिकेशन लग गया, आपको आधे पैसे पहले पेमेंट करने पड़ेंगे। तब मैं समझ गया ये स्कैम है। मैंने कॉल रखा और उनको बताया कि मेरे पापा लॉयर है, अब तो आपके ऊपर केस चलेगा। ऐसे ही बोल दिया मैंने। अब मुझे सच में केस उनके ऊपर चलाना था। लेकिन जब मैंने अपने पापा को बताया कि देखिए मेरे साथ स्कैम हुआ है, इसके ऊपर केस कीजिए, ये तो होना ही चाहिए, आप तो लॉयर हैं, अगर आप नहीं करेंगे तो कौन करेगा। लेकिन पापा पीछे हट गए। वो क्या बोले, अरे इसको कौन लड़ेगा इतने सालों तक, कौन करेगा इसके लिए इतना कुछ, मतलब छोड़ो ना इसको, जाने दो ना। तब मुझे समझ में आया कि ये जिम्मेदारी कोई ले ही नहीं रहा। अब पता नहीं मैं इसको कैसे करूंगा, बस दिमाग में यही हमेशा चलते रहता है कि मुझे करना है, मुझे हटाना है स्कैम। और ये आज से नहीं चल रहा, सदियों से चला आ रहा है। अब डिजिटल हो गया तब और भी ज्यादा हो रहा है। तो
Very good.
है तो बहुत कुछ मेरे पास बोलने के लिए, दिल में तो बहुत कुछ पड़ा हुआ है,
Hmm. Yeah, this is
लेकिन
very
मैंने आपको
interesting.
बता दिया।
Very good way of sharing your Ikigai. So this is how you used a story. I mean, it's a real life experience.
हाँ, और
And
दूसरी बात है, हाँ छोटी सी एक और बात है कि मैं इसके पीछे अपनी इंटेंसिटी पूरी लगा सकता हूँ, क्योंकि एक और वजह है इसको करने का। क्योंकि मैं टेक बैकग्राउंड से आता हूँ, मुझे लैपटॉप और कंप्यूटर ये सब चलाने में बहुत मजा आता है। मैं 24 घंटा इस पे डिवोट कर सकता हूँ और करता ही हूँ हर दिन। तो मुझे लगता है कहीं ना कहीं अंदर से लगता है कि मैं इसको कर सकता हूँ, मैं ये रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी ले सकता हूँ लोगों को,
very good.
कि
Very
उनके पास कोई ऐसा हेल्पलाइन नंबर हो कि कभी तो उनके दिमाग में ये क्वेश्चन उठे कि जब उनके पास स्कैम होने ही वाला हो तो वो सीधा कॉल करे, बोले अरे सर्विस, या फिर मान लीजिए कोई ब्रांड है मेरा तो उसका नाम ले, बोले कि देखो मेरे साथ ये हो रहा है, मुझे लग रहा है ये फ्रॉड करने वाला है, बस तुरंत मैं उसको सोल्यूशन दे दूं। अब
very
तो
good.
5G भी इंडिया में आने वाला है, ये सब तो पॉसिबल भी है, और अच्छे से पॉसिबल हो जाएगा।
Very
बस
interesting
यही।
service. Superb, superb. Hats off. Wish you all the best and let me know if you need any help from my side. Yeah. All right. Moving on to the next topic of the book. Which I also, it was reiterated from a very good philosophist from Israel. I follow him a lot, Ido Portal. He is one of my fitness gurus. And nowadays we talk so much about success, how to be successful, how to succeed. But they say that success is a wrong orientation, because success is in one point of time. When a mountaineer is climbing the mountain, how much time does it take to climb the mountain, and how much time does he celebrate when he reaches the peak of the mountain? The ratio is out of order. It could be like 100:1. If he's taking 6 months to climb the mountain, he's going to celebrate for a few minutes when he reaches. So why are we so obsessed about results, success? Result could be in terms of success or failure. So I never got an alternative vocabulary to this. Okay, if not success and failure, then what? So instead of having a success orientation, success mindset, we should have a craftsman mindset. See, a craftsman, एक मूर्ति बनाने वाला है, एक sculptor, he is so lost in his sculpture. No, there is a unison between him and that murti, right? Although he has a goal, he has an image in the mind कि वो ideal कैसे दिखना चाहिए, वो sculpture कैसे दिखना चाहिए at the end. That is important, of course. But then for him, that end result is not everything. It's just tiny part of the whole process. He's so lost in the process, perfecting the color, the sharpness, वो हाथ को ठीक करना, finding the errors, taking feedbacks. So 99% of the time we spend in process, and only 1% is the result. And we fools speak a lot about the results. So I think we should talk more about, we should develop the craftsman mindset. If I have a dream to make India read, that one day India will be known as a nation of readers, fine. Now I should not attach my happiness to that goal. Goal is important. Now I will break down it to what am I supposed to do now. I am supposed to talk to Ranjit and Rinku and Sarvesh with a lot of enthusiasm, because that is going to take me one step towards my ultimate goal. Craftsman mindset. Okay, but what we do is We just think about the end goal. I know, when we work out together in groups on my terrace, and I see many of my friends who work out with me, they check their weight every day. अभी every day check करके क्या होने वाला है? So you always stand on the weighing scale with the hope कि इस बार कुछ कुछ बड़ा चेंज दिखेगा, हाँ, कुछ 2 किलो कम होने हो चाहिए। हालांकि आपने कल ही चेक किया है, तो वी नो दैट देयर इज नॉट गोइंग टू बी एनी सब्सटेंशियल चेंज, आइदर एडवर्स और फेवरेबल। बट यू गो ऑन दैट वेइंग स्केल विद द होप कि कुछ बड़ा चेंज रहेगा, एंड देयर इज नो चेंज, एंड यू फील डिसअपॉइंटेड। दिस इज नथिंग बट result obsessed orientation, result obsessed mindset. Instead of checking your weight every day, why not focus on, okay, yesterday I did 10 push-ups, how can I get it to 11? Okay, or if can I improve the stance, the how I do push-ups, or if I'm doing sprinting, if I took 100 meters bhagne ke liye, I took 30 seconds, and tomorrow I should take 29 seconds. Now it's a craftsman mindset. If you are lost in this craft, perfecting the craft, don't you think results are bound to take place? It's so natural. Nature is neutral. Nature doesn't favor one person over other. Right? So if you have somebody whom you idolize, it could be Shah Rukh Khan, Bill Gates, Narendra Modi, जो भी है, check their routines. Check their routines कि उन्होंने क्या किया इतने साल रोजमर्रा जिंदगी में. You just have to replicate it. Just duplicate it in your life and you will get the same results that they got. Simple. Is nature biased? कि नहीं, उसका results उनको मिलेगा, मुझे नहीं मिलेगा. In fact, you will be doing better than them because they have already done everything with trial and error, with all the mistakes, and you are copying them, imitating them. So obviously you will be doing better, right? You will avoid the mistakes that they committed in their life. So let's develop a craftsman mindset instead of success orientation, success mindset. So typically people ask me, what are your achievements? When we say in an interview, what are your achievements? Now again, this is a wrong question. No, achievement matlab वापस result, either failure or successful project. We should ask, तुमने अब तक क्या क्या किया, कौन से प्रोजेक्ट्स किए, कुछ भी चलेगा, कोई भी एरिया में चलेगा, regardless of what is the result. This should be the question. How are you contributed to the society in small or big way, right? कोई प्रोजेक्ट्स किए क्या तुमने? सो इससे पता चला कि अच्छा, उसने टाइम तो वेस्ट नहीं किया लाइफ में, वो प्रोजेक्ट सक्सेसफुल हुए फेल हुए डजंट मैटर. आई वांट पीपल अराउंड मी एज पार्ट ऑफ माय टीम जिन्होंने कुछ ना कुछ किया है लाइफ में, सिर्फ पूरे दिन टीवी नहीं देखा है. ऑलराइट, फिर वो रिजल्ट्स अच्छा है बुरा है डजंट मैटर, एफर्ट्स मैटर, नॉट द रिजल्ट्स. सो वी शुड स्टॉप आस्किंग क्वेश्चंस लाइक व्हाट आर योर अचीवमेंट्स. एक बार मुझे टाइम्स ऑफ इंडिया वाज टेकिंग माय इंटरव्यू. इट वाज अ टेलीफोनिक इंटरव्यू, नो जूम इंटरव्यू. यूट्यूब पे आया था कुछ साल पहले, एंड अच्छा इंटरव्यू हुआ. एंड एट द एंड, second last question was, so Amrut, tell me about your achievements. And I said, so I can read one book a day. I have read 1856 books till now, and I can read fast. Normally people read at a speed of 200 words per minute. I've increased to 1200 words per minute. And she said, no, I'm talking about the TED Talks, Youth Icon Award. उसके बारे में बताओ. मतलब wait. Those are not my achievements. Those are just receipts. मराठी में पोच पावती बोलते हैं. These are acknowledgements of my achievements. This is not an achievement. My achievement and process is one and the same. That I read more than most of the people maybe in my country, and I'll continue to do that. Only then I have the authority to call myself as Booklet guy of India, right? So I think this is a very good point that I learned. And trust me, my whole approach has changed now. My deadlines are not so important to me. I don't kick the butt of my IT head कि जितना जल्दी क्यों, पहले मैं करता था ये, अभी नहीं करता हूँ. क्योंकि now that the goal is achieved, there is a vacuum created. अभी करे क्या? You have to have a new goal. You have to revise the goal, right? In fact, there is a syndrome called post ओलंपिक डिप्रेशन, POD। मेरे तो नींद उड़ गई ये पढ़ के। पोस्ट ओलंपिक डिप्रेशन मतलब क्या पता है? कि जब कोई जिमनास्टिक्स में या किसी स्विमिंग में गोल्ड मेडल लेता है कोई प्लेयर, दे गो इनटू डिप्रेशन बिकॉज नाउ देयर इज अ ह्यूज वैक्यूम इन देयर लाइफ। अभी उन्होंने पूरी दुनिया का सबसे बड़ा अवार्ड जीता है, अभी उसके बाद क्या? वाह वाह होगी 6 महीने 1 साल, उसके बाद क्या? एंड दे गो इनटू डिप्रेशन, दैट्स कॉल्ड पोस्ट ओलंपिक डिप्रेशन। सो इट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टू रिवाइज योर गोल। एंड आई लर्नड interesting concept that your new goal need not be related to your previous goal. It can be any damn goal. The fact that you have achieved your previous goal is motivating enough to achieve the next goal, whether it is related to previous goal or not. I'll give a simple example. I have a friend. She learned to ride a unicycle. Unicycle is एक पहिए का साइकिल। कुछ क्रेजी उसका ड्रीम था और वो सीख ली उसने। Then she said, now Amrut, I'm going to learn Sanskrit. I said, हाँ ये क्या है? How is achieving the goal of unicycle help you in learning Sanskrit? But then I got the point that you identify yourself as an achiever, that you can't, you are a person of commitment. You complete things which you get started, and that will help you to achieve more and more and more goals. All right, तो goals related होने चाहिए, जरूरी नहीं है. So again, we should talk less about achievements and more about process. Yeah, anybody wants to share anything from the book Ikigai? I know it's the book I announced at a very short notice, but similar topic. If you want to share, I can take a break of 2 minutes from my talk. Anybody wants to?
Amrut, can I speak?
Yes, who is this? Please name
This is Anand Mundara from Jalgaon.
Yeah, Anand, go ahead.
It is not about the book Ikigai, but right now the thing you said ना कि आपकी फ्रेंड ने पहले वो यूनिसाइकिल सीखा और ये मैंने महात्रिया करके एक स्पिरिचुअल गुरु है, उनके एक टॉक में सुना था कि दे सेड कि मिस ये चीज हमने को सबको मालूम है, एक पॉजिटिव सर्कल होता है, एक नेगेटिव सर्कल होता है. वंस यू आर इन नेगेटिव सर्कल दैट कीप ऑन गोइंग 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 एंड आप और उसमें डीप जाते हो. तो उससे जब बाहर निकलना होता है, या इन जनरल भी एक हर एक जन अपने एक सर्कल में होता है, तो सेल्फ इमेज, इफ यू कंसिडर ट्राइंगल, एक जगह पे सेल्फ इमेज है, एक एंड पे, दूसरे एंड पे एफर्ट है, और तीसरे एंड पे गोल है. जब आप सबसे पहले फोकस करो अपनी सेल्फ इमेज पे और उससे गोल सेट करो, नॉट नेसेसरी वो गोल कोई भी, जैसे आपने बोला कि यूनिसाइकिल.
Correct. Very good.
That improves your, again, the self image. Then you put in more efforts, then you go achieve the goal, then again it increases your self image. So that is a loop which may puts you in the higher level.
Very good.
That is right.
Super. Well point. Very good point.
Yeah.
Thanks. Another very good idea that I learned was, see, our brain hates change. Our brain is always on the move of saving energy. It's the laziest part of the body. Our brain is very lazy. It always tries to conserve its energy. And so, whenever you are trying to do something new, which you have never tried before, there is a huge resistance. Routine ko break karna. Right? So, for example, आपने बरसों से कभी सुबह 6 बजे उठे नहीं आप, and you try to wake up at 6 o'clock. It is very, very difficult to wake up early in the morning, as if you are waking up at 8 o'clock every morning. Why this happens? Because our brain loves to rely on the previous routines, because doing something new for the first time requires a lot of willpower. It consumes a lot of energy, and brain hates it. Okay, a very good analogy Stephen Covey has given in his book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. When a rocket is launched to send it in the orbit in the space, 80% of the fuel is consumed during the takeoff. Remaining entire journey in the space takes place on those 20% of fuel. Shocking, na? 80% fuel सिर्फ टेक ऑफ पे जल जाता है और 20% पे पूरा जर्नी चलता रहता है. 6 महीना 1 साल जो भी घूमता रहता है ऑर्बिट पे. That is exactly what happens with us. Initial is very tough. Initial stage जहाँ पे you want to get started going to the gym or start meditation or start your reading habit, या जो भी आपको शुरू करना है, start your guitar practice. Initially, it's very irritating, uncomfortable. You feel like quitting. But वहीं पे use maximum willpower. Okay, अपने वो lazy brain को चुप कराना है. And then once you go through that initial few stages of say few weeks or months, then it is such an easy journey. It doesn't require any willpower, right? For example, I'll give you very good observation that I and Farid saw in last 2 years. We were observing that, see, we don't procrastinate everything. We saw a pattern that certain activities of specific features are getting postponed again and again. We procrastinate only special tasks. And we realize that only those tasks which we are going to do for the first time and they are not part of a daily routine, they get procrastinated automatically. So when we check our to-do list, ऐसे typical वही काम ऊपर आए जो पहली बार करने जा रहे हैं, which requires a lot of learning curve, जहाँ पे YouTube पे जाके उसका वीडियो देखना है to understand that one little piece of software which you have bought newly, whereas replying to email is so easy, we have been doing for years. तो पहला काम वो कर देते हैं हम, replying to emails, right? Making phone calls, जो रोज का काम है ना, invoice बनाना, ये operation basic. So our brain loves to do those things because we have been doing it for many years. Okay, उसके लिए विल पावर की जरूरत नहीं रहती. तो हमने क्या किया? We decided to make two parts of our to-do list. One normal जो activities है और जो ऐसे activities है जो first time कर रहे हैं, उसको हमने नाम दिया FTOT, first time one time. And we segregated these first time one time FTOT separately. Now we will make ourselves accountable to each other only for those activities. क्योंकि बाकी के activities होने वाले, they are not going to get procrastinated anyway because they don't require willpower. But FTOT वाले जो activities है, task है, jobs है, we ask each other, इसका क्या हुआ? 2 दिन से ये क्यों पड़ा है? And first focus on that. That's our frog. Eat that frog. ब्रांड ऐसे ने बोला है ना, सबसे गंदे काम पहले कर दो दिन में. गंदे काम यूजुअली कौन से होते हैं? जो फर्स्ट टाइम करते हैं हम. ऑलराइट, नाउ फॉर एग्जांपल टॉकिंग ऑन सेटिंग अप दिस माइक is such an easy task for me today, but it was a humongous task 4 years ago. I required so much of willpower to get started with a session. अरे बाप रे, मैं क्या बोलूं, फिर मैं फंबल करूंगा तो बहुत. आज ऐसा कुछ नहीं. आज मैं घर के कपड़ों में बैठ के 2 मिनट में I just सेटअप एट 7:55. I was here at 8 o'clock. मैंने कपड़े भी नहीं चेंज किए. इट इज घर की चीज हो गई वो मेरे लिए. And itna, our brain loves doing it because I've got used to it. All right, so FTOT का जो experiment आप जरूर करो. Okay, eat that frog में भी वो बोला है that if you do the most uncomfortable activity as the first job of your day, I bet you'll never have an unproductive day. क्योंकि वही काम जब हम नहीं करते ना, तो we go to bed as an unsatisfied person. भले 10 काम किए हमने, पर वो कौन से किए? चोर्स, नॉर्मल एरेंड्स, ना जाके ग्रोसरी का सामान लाना. ये मैं नहीं बोल रहा हूँ कि वो गंदे काम है या लेस इंपॉर्टेंट है, बट द थिंग्स विच विल रियली मैटर टू अस आर द वंस विच आर नॉन रूटीन. और वही हम प्रोक्रास्टिनेट करते हैं. शॉपिंग हम कभी प्रोक्रास्टिनेट नहीं करते. सबको पसंद है शॉपिंग करना, राइट? वो टू डू लिस्ट में नहीं रहेगा तो भी हम करेंगे. स्पॉन्टेनियस शॉपिंग, इंस्टिंक्टिव शॉपिंग, राइट? ओके. Interestingly, our brain always thinks in images. Our brain is made for images, not for these words, black symbols on white paper. Do you know this? It came to me as a surprise. Our brain is not made for reading words. Our brain is made for pictures. And our brain, subconscious mind, is such a fool. It doesn't understand the difference between the real tiger and the tiger that you have painted on your mental canvas. Does it understand? उसके लिए दोनों सेम है. Now, interesting part is that we often try to give a message which is opposite of the image. For example, parents say to their kids Don't go to the terrace. Don't eat your breakfast on the sofa. अभी होता क्या है, बिकॉज आवर ब्रेन थिंक्स ओनली इन पिक्चर्स, तो डोंट गो टू द टेरेस, तो दिमाग में पिक्चर क्या क्रिएट हुआ, टेरेस. डोंट टेरेस, देयर इज नो पिक्चर, देयर इज ओनली टेरेस पिक्चर, राइट? बिकॉज पूरे सेंटेंस में व्हाट इज द नाउन which you can see, touch, feel? terrace. Don't go to the terrace में सिर्फ एक ही वर्ड है जो पिक्चर क्रिएट करता है, राइट? सो एंड देन पेरेंट्स ये समझता क्यों नहीं, सालों से मैं बोल रहा हूँ डोंट गो टू द टेरेस, फिर भी टेरेस पे जा रहा है. व्हाट दे आर सपोज टू से इज दैट प्ले इनसाइड द हाउस बिकॉज इट इज सेफ. नाउ द पिक्चर इज डिफरेंट. डोंट गो द टेरेस, टेरेस का पिक्चर आ गया. प्ले इनसाइड द हाउस, लॉकिंग योर डोर so that you'll be safe, is a different picture now. Now the picture is of the house. That's how the communication becomes better. और पेरेंट्स को पता नहीं चलता कि मैं कितने साल से दिमाग खपा रहा हूँ, इन बच्चों को समझ में क्यों नहीं आता. बोल रहा हूँ मैं डोंट सिट ऑन द सोफा एंड ईट, बट पिक्चर क्या क्रिएट हुआ, ईटिंग ऑन द सोफा. Our brain cannot comprehend the negative image. There is only image. It's a foolish, it's innocent child, like some subconscious mind, like an innocent child. Okay. So we should start talking a different vocabulary now. That sit, use the dining table to eat food. यहाँ पे सोफा का जिक्र ही नहीं हुआ. अभी पिक्चर कौन सा क्रिएट हुआ, डाइनिंग टेबल का. And it's such a small thing, but no huge difference. So the conclusion is that our brain cannot comprehend a negative image. An image is an image. All right. Talking about why, as I said when I started, that you should always live your why every now and then. Talk about it, show it in your actions, put it in your daily vocabulary. So one anecdote that happened with me 2 weeks ago. I have a friend called Rupak Shah. He's into videography and started his production house, making short films, advertisements, commercials. And because I have a nicely decorated booklet house, it's different, good space for shooting. He often comes and shoots his documentaries or short films here. And as a friend, I let him use the house because he's a very good friend of mine. And then one day he suddenly asked that, Amrut, now I'm doing financially well. My startup is growing. So please take rent of the shoot that I took in your house last week. And I said, no, why should I take money for this? Come on. It has nothing to do with my purpose. It has nothing to do with my why. I would not like to make money from anything. See, how you make money is as important as making money. Right? But a similar situation occurred after a few weeks. Rupak Shah, my same guy, was approached by Hindustan Times that can you make a series of videos with Amrut Deshmukh Booklet guy. And Rupak said, Arey, he's my friend. We'll do it definitely. So if you go to YouTube, there are a series of book talks with Hindustan Times. You just search Amrut Deshmukh Hindustan Times, and I have discussed some 5-10 books each episode. It went well. Now see, now that the same guy, same shooting, now only that I'm involved in the shooting, the same setup, same house, but now I'm happy to get the money. Now I would love to get money because it is nicely in alignment with my why. I'm not deviating from my purpose. So see, it's a very good example. पहला जो शूट उसने शूट किया था, मेरा ही घर यूज किया, बुकलेट हाउस, लड़का भी वही है, क्रू भी वही है, डायरेक्टर वही है. But I said, no, I don't want money out of it. Booklet guy making money by renting house. I don't want this. अक्सर ये लोग गलती करते हैं because every action is driven by money. They try to make money through anything and everything. Yeah. For example, कोई बोलेगा कि I am a portfolio manager और मैं ना ये प्रॉपर्टी का एजेंट दलाली भी करता हूँ. Many times ऐसे रहते हैं ना, LIC एजेंट भी है और कोई ICICI में मैनेजर भी है. All side incomes, कुछ भी नहीं छोड़ते. No, it's a attack on your identity. And then you face identity crisis. सामने वाले को पता ही नहीं चलता कि what do you stand for? What is your why? I saw a visiting card. एक बंदे का कोई मिलने आया था मुझे. उसने लिखा था आई एम अ योगा थेरेपिस्ट, बल्क एसएमएस प्रोवाइडर, कैलीग्राफी एक्सपर्ट। मैं बोला क्या है, और 4-5 है जो मुझे याद भी नहीं आ रहे। देखो बाद में पता चला द क्वेश्चन दैट लेफ्ट इन माई माइंड वाज बंदा करता क्या है, बिकॉज आई डोंट वांट टू अप्रोच a guy for my back pain who calls himself as a yoga therapist but is also passionate about calligraphy and bulk SMS services. I don't want to go to him. I would rather go to a person who is only specialized in yoga therapy because he's just a click away from me in today's hyperly connected world. I'll not go to a generalist who is a yoga therapist plus guitarist plus calligraphy expert and whatnot. Sorry, are you getting my point? Yeah. Anybody wants to share something similar to what I spoke?
सलोनी आपको कुछ कहना है क्या?
Yeah, may I, sir?
Yes, Saloni, go ahead.
Since we were talking about Ikigai, I've read that book actually, and I've
Very
read one more book which is similar to Ikigai, which was Tell Me Why, which teaches the same thing actually, that we should have some purpose in life.
So
And
tell me why.
since-
Is it a book? I never heard about it. Tell me why.
Yeah, it's the book.
Who is the author?
Clark, I just don't remember the surname actually. It was
Fine.
someone
Please
tough.
message me the details. I would.
Yeah,
love
yeah,
to
I'll
read
surely
that.
do that.
Yeah.
So it will not actually very similar to Ikigai, but yeah, the main idea of the book was to have some purpose in life. I would share a small experience since I'm a college going girl. I don't have that much experience to share. My college just I saw a notice that Kotak Education Foundation is hiring students as an English faculty actually. I love to communicate with people, so I took that up. But my actual goal is actually being an HR officer. I want to pursue career in HR after doing my mass media degree and all. So Ikigai is something very basic for me. Like I just have a small purpose. Like that's the sentence I use when someone asks me. I just strive for perfection, but I just don't get satisfied with it. Maybe it's anything. I like to communicate, so I'll practice more on my communication skills. I like to work out, so I'll like push some more. I would stress my body a bit for that. And when I have a role model, I don't have a meta personality for it. I just have my mom, which is something really basic. So I would love to ask you that having the Ikigai, according to you, is it something beyond limits, or you have to like come up with something really special that someone is very much impressed? Because my Ikigai is something really simple, it's basic. But yeah, at the same time, it's quite fascinating for me. It can help me make money further. So that's my question. So
Sorry.
I would love if you answer.
Yeah, Saloni, I think you have partially answered your own question. Okay, you have said it so well that your Ikigai is your Ikigai. Mine is mine. It's a personal thing. It did not be a world-changing idea, something huge that I want to eliminate corruption from India or deal with terrorism. No, as simple as cleaning the house can be an Ikigai for the day. Basically, a strong reason. It could be a stupid reason as well. But spending the day aimlessly, will throw you as a very dissatisfied person. There should also always be a sense of fulfillment when you go to bed every night. Okay, sometimes I go to bed as a failure because I spend a very unproductive day. Things which I decided but I did not do. And instead I did some binge watching on Netflix. Then I failed in my Ikigai that day. All right. So I think, no, don't think that it's too basic. It's a personal thing. So, and you can also set Ikigais every day. Huh? Different Ikigais can be on different days. One makes Ikigai of life. The why of our life. कि तुम इस सृष्टि में क्यों आए हो? Yeah, it is not easy to find that why. Fortunately, I found it, but it's a discovery process. You can read the book called Company of One and also the Second Mountain. Okay, I think both the books are covered in Booklet app. That will help you to Find your why. Simon Sinek has written another book called Finding Your Why. Again, I think I have summarized it in Booklet app. That will help you to find the Ikigai of your life. But you do not wait for that. No, a daily Ikigai is also as important. All right. In fact, your daily Ikigai will help you to discover the purpose of your life. Because when you go to bed every night, you will feel your fulfillment. Or every day, agar wo fulfillment aa raha hai, eventually you will discover the why of your life. But it's not easy, and keep working on it. I have referred a couple of books. I'm sure they will help you. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. I have a friend who is a fitness trainer, and we both started the startup almost at the same time in 2015-16. Unfortunately, he's at the same level where he started, with 25-50 members, not grown at all. ठीक है, वो important नहीं है, चल grow नहीं हुआ, but he's not happy. मेरे लिए वो ज्यादा डिप्रेसिंग है. एंड आई ऑब्जर्व कि उसने क्या इतने सालों में क्या हुआ ऐसा जो मैंने किया उसने नहीं किया, या उसने कुछ गलत किया. तो व्हेन आई लुक बैक to all the conversations between me and him for last 5 years, whatever he spoke about his venture, he always spoke about the SEO, सर्च इंजन ऑप्टिमाइजेशन कैसे करने का, लैंडिंग पेज कैसे अट्रैक्टिव बनाने का, कॉल टू एक्शन कैसे डालने का यूट्यूब पे, फनल्स कैसे बनाने का टू रीच आउट टू मोर पीपल, ईमेल लिस्ट. मतलब ही वाज फोकस्ड ऑन मार्केटिंग टूल्स, फेसबुक एड्स कैसे डालने के सो दैट यू कैन रीच आउट टू टारगेटेड ऑडियंस, यूट्यूब एड्स, व्लॉग्स, रील्स कैसे बनाने के. ही नेवर स्पोक अबाउट अमृत एनिमल प्रोटीन इज इंपॉर्टेंट और प्लांट प्रोटीन, इस पे मैं पढ़ाई करूँ क्या. अच्छा, how can we combine calisthenics and yoga and come out with a new fitness regime? कुछ ऐसा नया आया है क्या बाहर? CrossFit, is it really helpful or it's just a fad? ये ट्रेडिशनल योगा यंग लोगों को पसंद नहीं, तो उसमें मैं कुछ नया लाऊं क्या उसमें? Can I make it more pace, bring more pace so that young people can get appealed? ये सब बातें ही नहीं हुई. He was not talking about his craft. He was not working on his craft. और मैंने ये सीखा कि with the help of this book Ikigai, that working on your craft should be 80% of the time. 20% is talking about your craft on social media. 80% you have to lock yourself into the bedroom, inside the bedroom, and just work hard on your craft with those mundane, boring, repetitive tasks. It's very boring. The harder you work silently inside the bedroom, more the noise world will make once you're out of the bedroom. The analogy is outside the bedroom मतलब coming online. But आजकल हो क्या गया है, काफी startups का they think coming online is their craft. Making posts about their craft is not a craft. It's just talking about your craft. अगर मैं बुक्स पढ़ना बंद करूंगा और सिर्फ डालूंगा बुक के साथ मेरे फोटो, आपको दिख जाएगा वो मेरे बातों में, दैट हाफ हार्टेडनेस की, ये तो सिर्फ बातें करता है, अंदर से खोखला है, राइट? वो पूरा एम्प्टी है. इज जस्ट एन एम्प्टी बॉक्स. आर यू गेटिंग माय पॉइंट? सो सोशल मीडिया इज जस्ट अ टूल, अ सपोर्ट. इट विल नॉट रिप्लेस आवर क्राफ्ट. इट इज जस्ट टू शो आवर क्राफ्ट. one of the stupid mediums to exhibit our craft. So ये reels, YouTube videos, ये सब make sure that it is 20% of your total activities. Okay? पर वो numbers के चक्कर में हम इतना खो जाते हैं कि बस वही करते रहते हैं. And we forget that we have to improve our craft. Craft मतलब कुछ भी जो आपका जो main job है, जो main काम है. एक interesting किस्सा हुआ टाटा कंपनी में, टाटा मोटर्स में, that about it talks about empathy in this book. तो इसलिए मुझे वो किस्सा याद आ रहा है. So हुआ क्या, so in big companies the factory setups are at different locations and the corporate offices are at different locations. For example, in Mumbai there is something called Talegaon, where all factories are there, and Nariman Point, Cuff Parade, all lavish areas, they have their admin offices or corporate offices where those top CEOs and CFOs sit there. Whereas the workers, the field workers, factory workers, machine operators, they are at a different location. And they often have to meet each other to interact. Ground level पे क्या हो रहा है वो top management को पता नहीं चलता है. So they have to meet the ground level people. तो ऐसे मीटिंग्स होते थे. तो once all the top management, middle management had come to their factory area where there was a conference room to interact with the workmen, people who are working on the field, on the floor. और हुआ क्या, ये सब लोग सूट बूट में आए थे, मस्त चकाचक शूज, लेदर शूज, टाई, कोट, ब्लेजर, जो टॉप मैनेजमेंट के लोग हैं. और ये वर्कर्स बेचारे स्लीपर में, शर्ट बाहर है, इन भी नहीं किया है, थोड़ा ग्रीस लगा हुआ है, बेचारे सिंपल लोग, लेबर. तो उनको थोड़ा अजीब लगा, अरे ये सब सूट बूट में और हम कैसे आए, कितना गंदे लग रहे हैं. तो और तो हुआ क्या, लंच ब्रेक हुआ. वेरी फनी केस ऑफ हाउ समटाइम्स एम्पैथी की वजह से can backfire, although it's on a lighter note. Empathy never backfires, it always helps. Lunch break हुआ, and you know what happened after the lunch break? जो वर्कर्स थे, जिन्होंने सोचा कि वी शुड अपग्रेड आवर क्लोथ्स, तो उन्होंने सब सूट बूट वगैरह पहन के आए, टाई लगाया. और जो टॉप मैनेजमेंट थे ना, वो एकदम सिंपल कपड़े पहन के आए, सो दैट दे शुड मेक दोस लेबरर्स फील एट होम. और ये किस्सा पढ़ के मैं इतना हंसा कि दिस इज सच अ वंडरफुल थिंग. आई थिंक दिस इज the grace of humanity that they both thought about each other. वो फनी किस्सा वो अलग बात है, but I think this is the victory of humanity, that empathy is the best emotion, and this is a very good example. Backfire होना थोड़ा गलत बोलना होगा, but I will never forget this incidents. And this was told by my friend who was an ex-director in Tata. And मैं 1 घंटा हंस रहा था जब उसने मुझे ये किस्सा बताया. Another thing about Ikigai is that we are so lost in the daily nitty-gritty, daily activities, to-do list, we tend to forget the basics. Always to go back to the basics. हम इतना खो जाते हैं ना अंदर. So going back to basics, I was recording my planned funeral, my own story, which is there on Booklet app. Yeah, if you have heard about it. And there was a requirement of ringing a doorbell. वो स्टोरी में एक अचानक से डोरबेल बजता है when I'm in depression और ऐसा कुछ स्टोरी है उसमें. And so usually when I have to add voices or noises or sounds in the audio, I go to YouTube, check for कि वो copyright free तो है ना, क्या am I not infringing any copyright, is it open in public domain. तो मैंने एज यूजुअल मैंने वो ढूंढने का शुरू किया और मुझे कोई मिल नहीं रहा था कॉपीराइट. मुझे द डोरबेल व्हिच आई वांटेड वो नहीं आ रहा, टिंग टॉक वाला मुझे नहीं चाहिए था, मुझे क्र वाला ऐसा चाहिए था. एंड आई वाज थिंकिंग एंड देन इट क्लिक टू मी, अरे आई कैन जस्ट टेक माय ऑडियो रिकॉर्डर and take my mobile near my doorbell of my house and record it and forget about the copyright issue, and it's my own asset now. And then I realized that how we deviate from basics. Technology is for us, we are not for technology. I think this is a very good example कि हम रोजमर्रा की जिंदगी में भूल जाते हैं बेसिक्स को और बोलते कि ये सोशल मीडिया हमारे लिए, हम सोशल मीडिया के लिए नहीं है. So given a choice, मैंने एक बार शुरू में बहुत बताया था कि जब ये सीरीज शुरू किया बुक ऑफ द वीक जूम पे, if I get an invitation in Nasik or Delhi physically to hold a session of for 100 people, 50 people, I will prefer that and not take this Zoom session. Why? Zoom session should be there when we can't meet physically, right? Digital world is there to support the physical world, not to replace the physical world. Now, this is again going back to the basics. We are made for the physical world. Now that I and Ashwini are way apart, kilometers apart, and we can't meet in person, and hence we are meeting virtually. But if Ashwini wants to meet me in person, and if I ignore her and go on Zoom and talk to somebody, that's an insult of humanity, right? So when we are talking to somebody and our neck is down in the mobile, it should be considered as a social insult. You should not even hold a mobile when you're talking to somebody. Because क्या हो रहा है क्या मालूम है? If Ashwini is with me in my house, she has come to meet me from her city, and if I'm chatting with somebody, if I'm chatting with Tushar on WhatsApp, right? And when I'm with Tushar comes to meet me, I'm chatting with Ashwini. ये हो रहा है आजकल. जो सामने है उसको नहीं, जो जो मिलो दूर बैठा है. If Tushar is on WhatsApp chatting with me, he's chatting as per his convenience sitting in his house, whereas Ashwini has come by taking lot of effort to meet me. और मैं वो इग्नोर करके जिसने एफर्ट नहीं लिया उसको जस्टिस दे रहा हूँ. This is what is happening. And you know how it feels when somebody is not looking into your eyes when you are talking and is, हाँ अच्छा ऐसा होता है ना, वो फोन ऐसा हाथ में रहता है. हाँ अच्छा, हाँ क्या क्या बोला. No, these things are so common nowadays, right? Yeah. और फिर कभी कभी तो दे ट्राई टू बी पोलाइट. अच्छा, आई नीड टू टेक द, आई एम नॉट टेकिंग दिस कॉल फॉर यू. कोई बड़ा ऐसा नहीं कर रहा है बाय नॉट टेकिंग दिस कॉल. यू जस्ट हैव टू थ्रो द फोन व्हेन यू आर विद समबडी physically. I think this is the need of the hour. Okay, or else it won't be too late. We'll be like zombies, right? Physical interaction is very important. Simple example जो मैंने गलती की last week. So I wanted a recipe of sweet potato. कुछ spicy sweet potato का कोई मुझे recipe चाहिए था. I quickly went to YouTube and checked और मुझे मिल गया. Then I realized that I lost a big opportunity of an interaction with the auntie in my neighborhood that even she could have told me that recipe. Are you getting my point? अबे आपको बोले कि उस पे कौन सी बड़ी बात है, YouTube में दिखा के और उनको पूछा के. No, she would have got an opportunity that I came to as help for Amrut Deshmukh. Yeah. Now that I'm going to live rest of my life with her as my neighbor, don't you think it also would have helped to take our relationship one step ahead? Whereas I watched a YouTube video of a recipe जिसको मैं जानता भी नहीं. I'm not interested in that guy who taught me that recipe of sweet potato. But that auntie will always remain an important part of my life because she lives in my neighborhood. So हो क्या रहा है? These human interactions are going out of our lives. Any question, any doubt we have, you Google. We don't ask a friend. We don't ask a teacher. Right? Yes, I'm not saying Google is bad, but it should be used when no other option is left. Human option. So let's make our life human designed, human based design, and technology is there to support it, not to replace it. That's all I wanted to discuss. Anybody wants to share some views? You're welcome because I'm done with all the points.
अश्विनी आपको कुछ कहना है क्या? आपने हैंड रेज किया है.
फरीद आपको भी कुछ बोलना है? आप बात बहुत शांत.
अबे सारा वन डाउन.
Yeah, Ashwini.
Actually, I just have one question. Can you elaborate a little bit on willpower? You took that while explaining. You said something regarding the willpower thing, the way we procrastinate every now and then, and it's very difficult. I think it's really like it's super difficult to focus on that task and to finish that task, even if we know the deadlines are there, and how to break that cycle. Because I believe like, yeah, we just get into that cycle and it's just keep on coming, like we keep on repeating the same thing. And how to it's difficult.
I like your honesty, Ashwini. I know. I'm glad that you share your vulnerability. We all go through this. We are sailing the same boat. See, it's not about getting into a bad patch. Bad patch में जाना गलत नहीं है. How fast you come out of that bad patch is very important. Sachin going 0 और हमें सोचा अरे Sachin and 0 पे out होना. But then in the next match, how fast he recovers or he gets stuck in the past. अरे मैं last match में 0 पे out हो गया. So यहाँ पे let us first understand what is willpower. I think willpower is as good as grit. We did grit last week, last week, the book called Grit by Angela Duckworth. So suppose कल मैंने कुछ वर्कआउट, कुछ नया कुछ सीखा. फॉर एग्जांपल a piece on guitar for the first time I'm trying. It was pathetic. I'm an amateur. I did not enjoy because the initial learning phase is not at all enjoyable because you don't gain control over the instrument or whatever skill you are learning. And then in spite of that uncomfortable feeling, you show up on the next day, on the guitar, on the treadmill. That is willpower. That is grit. 90% of the people don't show up on the next day. So regardless of how you feel, I know we hate to do it, but doing that, even if you hate to do it, is grit, is willpower. Unfortunately, willpower is not in unlimited supply. Our willpower drains as day progresses. As we take more and more decisions, willpower कम होता है. So when we take good amount of rest of say 7-8 hours, सुबह willpower maximum होता है, and then it drains like a battery of our phone. तो जो ज्यादा विल पावर वाली चीजें है ना, वो फर्स्ट हाफ ऑफ द डे करना चाहिए. शाम को जो रूटीन जो है जिसमें ज्यादा दिमाग की जरूरत नहीं रहती, वो करने चाहिए. राइट. But I think this is what will differentiate us from others, because if 90% of people fail to do that uncomfortable job, then don't you think it makes all the more important for us to get ahead of the competition? Right? If 90% people are wasting their time on Netflix and scrolling Instagram news feeds, it becomes all the more important for me to lock myself inside the room and read a book. It's easier for me now to get over the competition. तो मैं हमेशा यही सोचता हूँ कि जो 90% लोग नहीं कर रहे वो मैं करूंगा, और जो 90% लोग कर रहे वो मैं नहीं करूंगा. Getting my point? That is the biggest source of confidence for me, Ashwini. 90% people walk on legs. I learned to walk on my hands. Hand walk. Go and see my hand walk on YouTube. That gives me confidence that yeah, I can do something that most of the people can't do. Right? और फिर वो आदत, जैसे आपने बोला ना, one goal will lead to the next goal, even if it is not related to each other. एक बार वो आदत पड़ जाएगी ना, अरे जो मैं शुरू करती हूँ मैं खत्म करती हूँ, then वो आदत लग जाएगी विल पावर की. See, some people keep achieving more and more things, regardless of which sector they are. Richard Branson has bloody 300 companies, म्यूजिक कंपनी, एयरलाइन, ये वो होटल, क्या नहीं है उसके पास. सब में कैसे वो कामयाब हो गया? Something must be common into it. Right? It's nothing but training your subconscious mind that you keep your commitment. You're a man of, you're a person of commitment. You keep your word. No, रात को हम जो 6 बजे का अलार्म लगाते हैं और सुबह 6 का अलार्म बजने के बाद हम स्नूज करते हैं, the first message we give to our subconscious mind is that you fail to keep your commitment. यहाँ पे कोई बाहर का इंसान इन्वॉल्व नहीं है, हम खुद ही खुद की मार रहे हैं. The first message that we give to our mind, to our subconscious mind, that you are a failed guy, you are a failure. Simple act of snoozing. कितना डेंजरस है देखो. And then we expect लोग मेरी सुनते नहीं है, लोग दिए हुए टाइम पे आते नहीं है. हम खुद की कितने सुन रहे हैं, राइट? तो सबकॉन्शियस माइंड डजंट अंडरस्टैंड द डिफरेंस बिटवीन बिग फेलियर एंड स्मॉल फेलियर. हमको पता है कि ये स्नोज करना कोई बड़ी बात नहीं, बट ही डजंट अंडरस्टैंड दैट. ही अंडरस्टैंड्स दैट उसने बोला था 6 बजे उठने का, इसलिए अलार्म लगाया. अभी खुद ही बोलता है सुबह की 6 बजे नहीं उठने का, 6:15 बजे उठने का, 6:30 बजे उठने का, 7 बजे उठने का. और फिर क्या होता है? अच्छा, he is convinced that what he says he never follows. He doesn't keep his own word. बट वही अगर हम छोटे छोटे कमिटमेंट्स खुद के अगर पालने लगे, और एक दिन मैं बोलूंगा अचानक कि आई वांट टू बिकम द प्राइम मिनिस्टर ऑफ इंडिया, ही विल गेट कन्विंस्ड, बिकॉज ही इज ट्रेन्ड टिल नाउ. ही डजंट अंडरस्टैंड दैट snoozing, not snoozing the mobile alarm, and becoming prime minister of India are two substantially different things on a scale level. वो उसको नहीं समझता है. वो दोनों उसके लिए सेम इंटेंसिटी है. Are you getting my point? He's a fool. He's an innocent child. और इसलिए ऐसा नहीं है कि छोटी छोटी चीजों में हम आलसी रह गए, इनडिसिप्लिन रह गए तो चले गए. बड़े बड़े प्रोजेक्ट पे आई बी वेरी पर्टिकुलर. नो, वो कैरेक्टर दिख जाएगा. बहुत लोग ऑफिस में ना अच्छा रहने की कोशिश करते हैं और घर में कैसे भी रहते हैं, अनऑर्गेनाइज्ड. द बेडरूम इज मेसी, सॉक्स नहीं पड़े हैं, द वार्डरोब इज नॉट ऑर्गेनाइज्ड. वो कैरेक्टर आपका दिखेगा ऑफिस में. Okay, you can't be right in one area of life while being wrong in another area of life. Life is one integral whole. A CEO who is cheating on his wife at home will also not be sought as a good leader in his office. वो दिख जाएगा उसका character. Okay, so life is one integral whole. Don't think that ये social life है, ये personal life है, no, ये मेरा work life है. No, everything is same. Okay, and the rules of great discipline, integrity, perseverance, ये सब में लागू होता है same. You are one person. All right. So I hope I have answered the question, Ashwini. Well, it was an in-length discussion. It's 9:10 now. So thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Amit, I have one doubt.
Yes, go ahead.
Can I ask?
Sandeep, yeah, go
Yeah.
ahead.
Actually, I have misunderstood. In your previous example, you have given that one can have multiple goals, and there is no linking between the all goals. So one can shift from one goal to another goal. And in another example, when you quoted that yoga therapist has put calligraphy as a goal in their visiting card. So this is another example of multiple goals. So how to understand these two things?
Very good point. See, when I gave the example of yoga therapist and calligraphy expert, and the third thing which I don't remember. See, I'm not saying not to do different things. But don't make everything as part of your visiting card, of your social profile, or else the world will get confused कि आप करते क्या है. See, even though I'm secretly learning guitar, but I'll never show my guitar skills on social media, because then when Sandeep meets his friend and he wants to talk about Amrut Deshmukh, I'll be confusing him, because I don't want you to talk about my guitar skills to your friend. Are you getting my point?
Okay.
There is no harm in learning different skills. It helps me. I want music in my life. When I grow old, I want guitar so that I can entertain myself. आस पड़ोस के बच्चों को इकट्ठा करूंगा, उनको सिखाऊंगा. That will be my ikigai when I grow old, right? क्योंकि तब मेरे हाथ पैर को सपोर्ट नहीं करने वाले. I won't be able to travel across the world to further my mission. All right. But if I put random videos of fitness and guitar and आपको क्या लगेगा? अरे भाई ये बुक्स कब पढ़ता है? पढ़ता भी है कि नहीं? And then what will you talk? The word of mouth कैसे फैलेगा? वो dilute हो जाएगा ना मेरा identity. That's the part. Okay, but if I finish a book in one day, that goal will help me to play guitar better. That's the point.
So if someone has a multiple skill, so is it a bad idea to earn from that skills? Or one
Not
can...
really. There is a book called The Da Vinci Curse, where you can combine your multiple passions and become a rare mix. This is a new era of constructing a personalized career. Now, gone are those days where careers are found out there on Naukri.com. No, you can create your own personalized career. I'm a very good example. I have multiple passions. I like reading. I can speak well. And I have fascination for technology. All right. And I'm also somewhere within, I'm a teacher. I love to teach things. The way I'm speaking for last 1 hour, I love to explain things. Yeah. So see all these multiple passions, I combined, and suddenly Booklet guy was born. If teaching and speaking weren't my passion, I would have stopped at making Booklet as an app, like Ola's and Swiggy's. This Zoom session wouldn't have taken place. These TED Talks and traveling across the world and giving talks to the crowds wouldn't have taken place. Are you getting my point? Because have you seen the founder of Ola coming and talking to you on social media? No. Do you know who is the founder of Swiggy? Do you know who is the founder of WhatsApp? But do you know the founder of Booklet? Yes. Why? Because I have that extra passion, and so I tried to align it and create that rare mix. And now I'm the only person in this category who works for reading habit, using his multiple talents of reading, speaking, and fascination for technology. Are you getting my point?
Yeah.
So
It's
Da
great
Vinci
learning.
Curse. Yeah, Da Vinci Curse is a very good book. So not Da Vinci Code, Da Vinci Curse. It's there on Booklet app as well.
Thanks.
All right, it's my bedtime. So guys, thank
हेलो
you so
सर
much.
सर एक डाउट है मुझे विल पावर की उससे एक पॉइंट निकालना है मुझे.
Yeah, Piyush.
आपने बोला था कि विल पावर एक बैटरी की तरह होती है और जब सुबह आने के विल पावर ज्यादा होती है और शाम और उसी हिसाब से अपने. और व्हाट अबाउट स्टडिंग? स्टडिंग पेपर एग्जाम से और मुझे दिन रात पढ़ना है और मेरा विल पावर इतना स्ट्रांग नहीं है, फिर ऐसे में क्या हो सकता है? ऐसा तो नहीं कि सुबह पढ़ सकता हूँ शाम को नहीं पढ़ सकता.
नहीं, so बैटरी चार्ज भी होती है ना. So if you take quality break, मैंने बैटरी का एग्जांपल दिया तो वही बराबर बोल रहे हो आप. अगर आपको लग रहा है कि नहीं हमें बहुत बड़ी पड़ा है और टेक अ क्वालिटी ब्रेक, पर हम क्या करते हैं? वी डोंट टेक क्वालिटी ब्रेक. इन द ब्रेक व्हाट वी डू? ये यंत्र निकलता है जेब में से, ऑटोमेटिकली समझता भी नहीं, और फिर फालतू मैसेजेस, फालतू वीडियोस, वो नहीं होना चाहिए। और क्वालिटी ब्रेक कुड बी जस्ट गो आउट, हैव अ स्ट्रोल इन द गार्डन। व्हाट आई डू इज, जब मैं बहुत देर एक जगह पे बैठता हूँ तो बॉडी ऐसे ही अकड़ जाती है ना, एंड स्पेशली इफ यू आर वर्किंग ऑन अ स्क्रीन तो आंखें थक जाती है। तो बेस्ट वे इज टू फिजिकली एक्सर्ट। आई डू सम 100 रोप जंप्स, 20 पुशअप्स, थोड़ा फिर नो सेल्स चार्जअप हो जाते हैं। मैं नहीं बोल रहा पूरा वर्कआउट करता हूँ मैं, तो थोड़ा कुछ फिजिकल मूवमेंट करता हूँ, कुछ फास्ट योगा करता हूँ, पोस्चर्स, एंड देन गेट बैक, होगी मेरी बैटरी चार्ज वापस। ऑलराइट, सो यू फाइंड आउट योर ओन वे ऑफ क्वालिटी ब्रेक। दिस इज व्हाट वर्क्स फॉर मी। आपके लिए मे बी गर्लफ्रेंड के साथ बात करना कुड बी योर बैटरी चार्ज, इट कुड बी एनीथिंग। या
I'm single, right?
ओके,
So, Amrut, if you have some more time, I would love to add on willpower.
या
So,
क्विकली, श्योर।
yeah. So, I was analyzing myself. Do I really use willpower in my day-to-day chores or in my studies? The answer was no. I do not use willpower. Rather, I use the joy of involvement, because I am a disciple of Sadhguru. He always says, if you are not deeply involved in something, you will do not know what it is. So whether it comes to studies, whether it's come to attending to you, I'm just completely attended to you, and it becomes as a flow state within me. So I do not have to focus on what is willpower and what is not. So if something in auditing is not interesting me, that means I'm not interested in reading that thing, and I could be interested in something else where I could be 100% involved and create the maximum output at that time.
Wow. Flow
So
state.
that is my
Flow state. Yeah.
So I used to, sometime when I used to sit with some of the subject which I really love. I love mathematics a lot. A lot means I can do it whole night. So if I sit with a problem, I can solve it, and I do not know when 2 hours has gone. I used to be in that state always. So I love the joy of involvement. Whatever passionates me, I just involve in it. I have tons of book here. I do not move to book for solution. I rather intrigue my consciousness, and I used to ask myself multiple questions that come as an answer to me. I have read only 5 to 10 books, no, 3 books only till today. So that's all I want to share with you.
Super. Tushar, you always share something really great ideas. I would like to grow friendship with you. So please get in touch with me. Yeah, I would
Yeah,
like to
sure,
have a
Amrut.
long-term relationship as a friend with you. Thanks, Tushar.
Yeah,
Okay,
sure.
guys, it's my bedtime. I have to wake up at 5 o'clock tomorrow. And I don't want to snooze. So let's call it a day. And next week with a
सुमित को
new
कुछ
book.
कहना है, 1 मिनट देंगे उसको।
Okay.
सुमित बाद में म्यूट पे, और सुमित आप अनम्यूट कर
Sumit,
लो।
unmute करो please.
Hi, Amrut.
Hi. Hi, Sumit.
Yeah. अमृत, मुझे मतलब अभी सेशन जो अटेंड किया उससे मुझे यही चीज लग रही है कि हम लोग डेली जो भी कोई डिफिकल्ट टास्क करेंगे, दैट्स इंक्रीज अवर विल पावर, दैट इज इकिगाई।
नहीं, ऐसा नहीं है। जो भी टास्क आप पहली बार करते हो, दैट रिक्वायर्स लॉट ऑफ विल पावर, पर जब उसको आप बार बार करोगे तो इट विल गो ऑन ऑटो पायलट मोड and brain will not require any willpower. Simple example. Do you drive? Sumit, do you drive?
Yes.
Okay. Do you remember the first day when you tried to drive a car, when you were trying to learn? I remember it was so terrifying. अरे क्लच, ब्रेक, स्टीयरिंग, है ना, हैंड ब्रेक, फिर वो कैसे होगा ये सब. I was so overwhelmed. That required so much of willpower. But today, after 10-15 years of driving, it is so mechanical. है ना, हमको पता ही नहीं चलता है पैर में कैसे वो अपने आप पैर क्लच पे जा रहे हैं, अपने आप ब्रेक रिलीज हो रहा है, अपने आप हाथ में गियर चेंज हो रहा है, मैं एफएम के चैनल्स भी चेंज कर रहा हूँ, खिड़की रीचेक कर रहा हूँ, इधर उधर देख रहा हूँ. इट्स सो ऑटो, इट्स सो मैकेनिकल. सो दिस इज व्हाट, व्हेन यू डू समथिंग फॉर द फर्स्ट टाइम, नो, द विल पावर रिक्वायरमेंट इज ह्यूज, बट इफ यू स्टिक टू इट, become gritty, come back to it again and again. Had I quit driving on the 3rd or 4th day, तो आज का दिन मुझे एंजॉय करने को नहीं मिलता. सीमलेस ड्राइविंग, एफर्टलेस ड्राइविंग, दैट्स द होल पॉइंट. right? तो कोई भी चीज है ना, every expert was an amateur one day,
Okay.
right? पर हम अल्टीमेट हम रिजल्ट वाले वीडियोस देखते हैं ना, अरे वो क्या हाथ पे चलता है, अरे क्या मस्त स्किल्स करता है, बट उसका बिगिनर के डेज हमको नहीं दिखते हैं ना उसके वीडियोस में. एंड सो वी गेट ओवर, अरे मुझे भी ये करना है, और तुरंत वो डायरेक्ट करने जाते हैं एंड वी फील डिसअपॉइंटेड. या तो वही है कि शुरू में बहुत अनकंफर्टेबल लगता है. द फ्यूल वाला, रॉकेट फ्यूल वाला जो मैंने एग्जांपल दिया था, once we go through it to that uncomfortable feeling, then things are very easy later on. For example, replying to email is so easy today for you, but just remember first time वो Gmail account खोलना सब कुछ नया था हमारे लिए, but now replying to email is like such a stupid thing today for us, right? It's like breathing. So that's the point.
Yeah. Amrut, I request you to, I want to buy your book, How to Effectively, 7 Habits, How to Effectively Read Us. So I ask you for a booklet app key.
Sorry, you want the key?
Yes.
Yeah, somebody can share it, please, because I can't share it. Anybody could help Sumit? He wants to join.
Yeah, sure, I can.
All right. Farid?
Thank you,
Okay,
Amrut.
one
Thank you.
last doubt, Amrut. This is Yeshwar here. Why
Right.
is that you can't share your key?
I can't share because of the set of values that I've set.
Okay.
See, I am not for everybody. I am not here to sell something. Bhai, lo mere se. I want people who really have that burning desire to cultivate reading habit should come to me. And for that, you have to find the key. If you are interested, you will find the key. It's now, like Sumit asked, okay,
Right.
and somebody in the room is happy to give it. Okay.
Hmm.
Booklet guy is not interested in app downloads. Booklet guy is not a brand. Booklet guy is not a celebrity. Booklet guy is a spirit that believes in the power of reading habit. So I want only the right people with me on the journey on Mission Make India Read. Right?
Yes.
It's not about followers or fan followings. No, I'm way beyond that. All right.
Yes. Thanks.
Thank you. Happy reading. And finally, good night.